Let me pick up with what we've heard from Jake Sullivan, saying that Israel will transition to what he called a new phase of the war, but also calling for more care, really, to avoid civilian casualties. Your reaction to what we heard, to Mr. Sullivan's comments?
I think what Mr. Sullivan is saying is not enough at all, and on the contrary, he's advocating the continuation of this terrible war for months to come. If we count the Palestinians who have been killed, including those under the rubble, you're talking about no less than 25,000 Palestinians killed and 10,000 children killed, in addition to 50,000 people injured. How many more people should die? I think the solution is not the continuation of this terrible war, which will take lives of Palestinians as well as Israelis, but to stop the war. Since the 7th of October, we've been saying that the best solution is a complete permanent ceasefire and an exchange of prisoners. Today, as you have mentioned, Israelis are shooting their own prisoners. Up till now, it's not just the last 3. 19 others were killed by the Israeli bombardment. And it is now estimated that no less than 300 of them were also killed on the 7th of October by Israeli planes. The solution is immediate and permanent ceasefire and not the continuation of this war.
Yeah, and on that last point out to our viewers that has never been verified. And we did report just now, of course, on the growing anger as well from Tel Aviv to bring the hostages home, of course, as the IDF looks to investigate, as you know, Ms. Barghouti, why its troops accidentally, their words, killed 3 Israeli hostages. Let me talk to you about the politics, because I think, and I would like to get your thoughts on this. We have seen this week growing rift between the US and Israel in what relates to this so-called day after. The US has said the Palestinian Authority should assume governance responsibilities in Gaza after the war. But Netanyahu has repeatedly rejected the idea, saying it would not happen as long as he is prime minister. What challenges, Mr. Barghouti, do you see here? How does the US thread this needle?
Well, the challenge is in Netanyahu's government. It's a very extreme government. It has fascist elements in it, like Smotrich and Ben-Gvir. And Netanyahu himself is interested only in one thing, the continuation of this war forever. Because if he loses his position as prime minister, he will go to jail. This is for sure. The reality here is that what Netanyahu speaks about is reoccupation of Gaza and then finding some other country or some other structure to take care of the civilian needs of the people under his occupation, in violation, by the way, of international law. The Americans say they want to bring in the Palestinian Authority, but it has to be a different kind of authority. I don't know what kind of authority, more securitized authority, which will not work. The reality is that nobody can impose on Palestinians who should govern them. That should be the standard. Palestinians have to choose their leaders through democratic free elections, which we were deprived from since 2006. But the reoccupation of Gaza will only complicate the problem. What we need is to end the occupation, which has been there for 56 years, and not expand it into Gaza.